And Allen Iverson, if you don't know, he played overseas. After he was done in the NBA, I think he took a year off after his last NBA contract, and who knows what he was doing in that year, right? And this brings me back to the Lance point. It's like, once you go off and touch retirement for a little bit and you're drinking, you're hanging out, you're going to the clubs, you're partying, you're doing your lifestyle, and you're not working out and practicing every day, it's hard to get back into it, man. So when Allen Iverson signed to Besiktas in Turkey, he was 36 years old, right? And I posted this video, went viral on Instagram, and people were saying, like, yo, he was old back then, man. Like, you can't hold it against him because he looked, like, so slow and so small on the court. It's like, oh, man, like, he was old. I'm like, he was 36. Bron is 40. Allen, like, Kevin Durant is, like, 38. Steph Curry, like, James Harden is older than Allen Iverson was, and they competing at a high level in the NBA, right? But once you take that time off, 36, with a year off, that's more like closer to 42, your basketball age. Especially Allen Iverson, he did take a lot of bumps and bruises, but it definitely brought up a interesting conversation around, like, how old is too old for basketball players and high-level athletes in general. Like, if you're 36, especially in today's day and age, like, I don't think 36 is that old. Like, I always thought that I was going to play until I was, like, 37. But then again, like, I never thought that I was going to be, like, limping across the finish line. Like, I wanted to be whole, mind, body, and soul, like, going into the next phase of my career. So 36, like, especially if you're an NBA level talent and all NBA, all MVP, top 75 level talent at 36 years old, you technically should be able to walk into an overseas situation and do some things, And it's funny because when I posted that video, everybody was like, up in arms, and everybody had their own take. The Americans were saying, like, man, take it easy on our guy, man. That's AI, that's AI. And then the Europeans were like, yeah, I was at that game. Like, he looked bad. And the thing about AI in that game was, like I said, he looked slow. He didn't have that quick burst. He looked small because they let you play so physical overseas. So all the NBA guys that come overseas, it's like, you don't realize how good the whistle is in the NBA. You don't realize it because everybody's used to the game. Like, we've been watching the game for our whole lives. But, like, that NBA whistle, when you come overseas, like, whether it's in an Olympic competition or whether it's in club play or EuroLeague play, whatever the case is, that whistle gets a lot tighter. So a guy like AI, when he came overseas, he was used to getting a certain whistle. He's used to, like, a level of physicality. And then when you get into the international play, that level of physicality, it rises that much more because guys can touch you up. And there was a guard. Hold on, I'm going to get his name right now. There was a guard. His name was Omer Onan. And I'm sorry, Omer, like, I'm sure you're a legend in Turkey. Like, everybody was in the comments saying, yo, that's number. Because I was alluding to a player, like, literally just physically dominating AI. And you're not used to seeing that. Like, you're used to seeing that Tyronn Lue, even MJ got it at one point with AI. And Omer Onan was, like, putting AI in a torture chamber. Like AI couldn't move. He couldn't get a shot off. He couldn't even get the ball, right? There was this one clip where AI is running off his famous AI screen, right? Everybody knows the AI screen. Even overseas, everybody loves to call it the Iverson cut. And he's running off the Iverson cut, and Onan is in a full-out, like, deny, fighting over each screen, and AI doesn't catch the ball to initiate offense until he's already by the half-court line. Whereas in the NBA, he's catching it at the three-point line, 45-degree angle, and he's ready to operate. That's how he got a lot of his buckets from the AI cut. So Onan, man, it's like, you got these strong guards overseas, man. They play full court, 92 feet, lock-up defense, and they're allowed to bump you and touch you and make the game difficult for you. It didn't look the same. It's funny because at the end of the video, I alluded to this guy named Meyer Chapman. And shout out to Chapman, man. I'm going to get him on the pod. Obviously, this is just episode 1. I'm going to get him on another episode in the future because I kind of said that AI's teammate Chapman outplayed AI, which it was true. Chapman had like 15-4 because he was an overseas vet. Sure, in his younger years, AI was a lot, higher rated than him. But when you come overseas, the playing field is leveled. They don't care about where you came from, yo. They treated AI like AI started the game. He started the game, and then he came out with like 6 or 5 minutes left in the first quarter, and then in the second quarter, he pretty much didn't touch the court. The coach don't care that you AI in Europe. So I kind of said that Myra Chapman, like imagine being Myra Chapman, you telling your kids one day that you outperformed AI, which he did in the game. And he hit me on DMs. He was like, yo, D, man, like, yo, Chip. He hit me in the DMs. Chip, man, I didn't outplay AI. AI's the GOAT. And he was just singing AI's praises. And I'm like, yo, that's cool and all. Yeah, I got respect for AI too. But you ain't got to lie to me, bro. The tape don't lie. Oh, man.